I think this is about where we left off.
Whoa.
I'm Fedwa.
I'm Lost.
And I'm Demo Weasel.
And welcome back to Turok for the Xbox 360.
Welcome back, Turok.
Yep.
Back from the dead.
I couldn't really mask the death from that last video, and I didn't want to go all the way back to the start of the checkpoint, so this seemed like a good a place as any to come back in. Plus, I did a lot better this time around. There was a dinosaur that spawned to my right that this time around didn't, so I didn't have to fight it, which I'm okay with.
Variable enemy spawning.
Or bad scripting, or that dude up on the hill killed him. I don't know.
Cool.
Just didn't have to deal with it.
I like these tactics you're using, also. Like, just basically stand in place and look for enemies and then shoot them. Play this like the mobile version of Metal Gear Solid 4.
So, once you get a good gun like this, is there any point to using the bow and arrow?
Yes and no. The arrow does have an alt-fire mode with explosive tips. I just went most of the game without realizing it.
Oh, okay.
And you also have a very limited quantity of them. So, I guess the advantage of the bow is that you always have it, regardless of what your other two weapons are.
Oh, okay. So it's your pistol.
Yeah. And ammo for it is plentiful. Maybe because I never use it. I'm just trying to pick up the sniper rifle here, but it really wants me to collect this pistol instead.
But, even if you look directly at it.
Yeah, there it goes.
Okay.
Let's get some satisfying headshots.
And leg shots.
Knee shots. Wow.
Luckily, the sniper rifle is a one-hit kill no matter where you hit.
Oh, really?
As sniper rifles should be in any non-competitive game. Unfortunately, shooting next to his head does not count, despite what we saw in that earlier cutscene.
Yeah, it's not like the sniper rifle in Bulletstorm.
There should be a mechanic in each of these games where, like, instead of killing an enemy, you basically just disable his arms and legs and make him unable to fire weapons at you, and then you just move on.
Have you ever played the game Bloodstorm?
Bloodstorm? You made that up.
No, it's on Super Nintendo. It's the sequel to Time Killers.
Oh, okay.
In that game, during a fight, you can cut off your opponent's arms and legs and just leave them like a hopping torso.
Oh.
Oh, hey, more dudes.
That can still attack with their head, and you could still win the fight like that.
So I tried to go for a couple of grenade kills here because on my first playthrough I did actually pop off an achievement for killing, I think, 4 or 5 dudes with a single grenade. For some reason, the plasma rifle grenade will cause them to ragdoll, but the game is capable of doing the thing where an enemy can ragdoll and then just like snap back into a regular object and get back up. So hitting someone with a grenade and having their body flying is not a confirmed kill, unfortunately.
That's a shame.
It's not here. We gotta move on.
So this time I actually just pick up the pistol and just start cycling weapons to try to get the shotgun back.
So wait a second, you killed a bunch of people, and then you hear their radio saying, "Hey, he's not here. We gotta move on."
No, that was my guy saying that Kane isn't here and we have to move on.
Oh.
And even though through that entire firefight we didn't actually cause anything to move around to allow us to go somewhere else, now this area is open up and we can go through it.
Do you ever just like rip a giant dinosaur in half with your bare hands?
So I don't remember looking at that area before now, but I think it might have just been covered in vines or an invisible wall or something that was keeping us from progressing prior to that whole sniper sequence.
You didn't answer my
No,
question.
I do not rip a dinosaur in half with my bare hands.
Oh.
You do not, like, grab both ends of their jaw and rip outward. This isn't, God of War.
That dinosaur had a neck pouch.
Yeah, it did. Stab it.
Yeah, I think that one does spit acid to answer your question.
Really?
I think it does. I don't know if that happens at all in this playthrough. Because I just try to close the gap and knife him as soon as I can.
The deadliest mechanic.
Yep.
Roger, wielding a monkey wrench.
Oh no!
So we have three objectives right now. We have to get the comm unit so we can radio to base. We have to get a med kit so that we can save not Timothy Oliphant. And we have to find Kane because he's on the dinosaur planet for reasons.
He's on the dinosaur planet with Prince Tricky.
Also, right now we're looking at a glass of water and watching it ripple.
Oh no!
Does this game, like, charge you for being, like, a murderer if you kill a bunch of dinosaurs that are, like, just hanging out, not doing anything to you?
You know, there might be an achievement for it. I don't know.
Hey, look! Part of our ship, man. Come on, baby, let's go check it out.
That dinosaur's just kind of hanging out.
This game doesn't seem like the sort of thing that would discourage that kind of behavior.
Kill everything in sight.
It's meant to give you the visceral thrill of taking the life of
A
an
dinosaur.
extinct species. And then you get the Manifest Destiny achievement.
Turok, Thylacine Hunter.
Also, the background music is doing that thing where it sounds like the sound effect from Chopped when someone's about to get told some bad news about their dish.
Oh yeah, that sound effect in Cutthroat Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares as well.
Oh no! I hate that sound effect!
Yes,
We really like the presentation of your dish, but
The dinosaur meat is not cooked all the way through.
I feel like you didn't infuse the core ingredient well enough.
just get it on the plate. Just get it on the plate.
That's right. I'm looking down at my plate, and I'm feeling good.
I hate that sound effect, but it's not as bad as the other one that's always used in reality shows.
What is it?
It's like, it's also when something bad happens, but it's like less of a delayed, like slow one. It's more of like a sudden, like, or whatever. It's hard to make that noise with my mouth, but
Yeah. I think we're all describing the same sound here.
no,
Yes.
this one's different.
Okay. Is it more of like a sting?
Yes,
Oh, gotcha.
it's that one.
Yeah, now you can't
and that's
unhear
just the soundtrack to this game.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you don't notice until you're scrubbing through the game at 4x speed to edit it. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's just sort of what this song sounds like.
Oh,
There's a lot of like 15-second loops.
We'll be back with Chopped.
Please, chomped, because it's a dinosaur game.
yes, because dinosaurs chomp things.
Yep.
You should play Jurassic Park the game for
I could
Xbox
play,
360.
I could play.
Oh.
I was gonna say Trespasser, but it's been done better.
Yeah.
We could
Absolutely.
let's play that awesome Sega arcade one with like the Jeep.
Oh,
It's the rail shooter.
Oh yeah.
oh, Lucky and Wild.
I'm gonna find that damn comet. It's the last thing I do. No, wait.
I wonder if during game development they test the flow of their game by removing all the graphics and just like having you shoot at programmer art and navigate using programmer assets to check and see if the game is still fun. I wonder if they did anything like that for this game.
I know that it happens with some games. I don't think it happened here.
Jackpot! I got it!
Oh, he changed the level geometry. Now I can progress.
Oh, it must be difficult being a T-Rex, having everything shift and move around you.
Unfortunately, he didn't cause that wall to go down, so I have to take another path to get back to him.
Oh.
That would have made things too easy.
So instead of chomping down on your buddy, he decided to keep him in his mouth for later. In his ample cheek pouches.
That's right. Store him for the winter.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of dudes in there.
Hey bro, what's up?
Man, this game does get pretty dark in terms of visuals.
So
I believe a day has passed in-game since we started.
it also gets dark in terms of content.
Oh man,
Look at how raw
That-
this action is.
that time Turok has to take a dump in a dinosaur's mouth.
What a bone-chilling development.
Thank you for calling it bone chilling.
So, what? Where does that come from? Why did you immediately leap to that? What?
Because Benoit said it's been a whole day and he has to survive, otherwise his stomach is going to explode.
Are we back
suppose
to
that
just the
makes sense.
concept that no one ever uses the bathroom in video games?
Sure.
Okay.
No, I just meant more in the sense that, like, in real-time things, they never show you, like, I don't know, drinking a glass of water.
Okay, well, for what it's worth, part of the passage of time has been due to Turok, like, getting conked on the head, passing out, and having a flashback about his former CO. So I don't know, maybe...
Yeah, he relieved himself while he thinks
those
about it.
moments. So, like, in 24, the actual amount of time that you see, thanks to the miracle of hour-long television, is...
40-some minutes.
It's like 42 minutes thereabouts. So in this case, you could view, and I can't believe we're talking about this, you could view Turok taking care of basic necessities during loading screen. That you cut out, Fenwa.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was me. I ruined it.
That's right.
Yeah, all of those sound effects that they put in during the loading screens, too, that sells it.
Yes.
So, a funny thing happened. The music in the background should have cut out after I killed this last dinosaur, but it didn't. On my recorded playthrough, this song continued to play through the following segment, through the following cutscene, and into the next sequence, which has its own music playing in addition to this music.
Wonderful.
It also continued to play through the following loading screen and into the next chapter. What I ended up doing was
Okay.
Cole, I've got the comm unit.
Man, that T-Rex looks real stupid with its big old bug teeth.
So what I ended up having to do to deal with the situation is I just used the video from my first run,
Yes.
which unfortunately was before I knew how to use the plasma rifle, specifically knew how to deal with the fact that it overheats if you just pull the trigger too much. So what you're going to see is some really sloppy gameplay while I deal with this T-Rex.
We're used to it.
The strategy itself was identical playthrough to playthrough. As long as you stand inside this tree, the T-Rex cannot attack you.
Oh.
So this is how you deal with it. It's just that on my second run I spent more time shooting the T-Rex and less time slapping the gun.
This is pulse pounding.
I need to kill this majestic creature. Thankfully, it's foiled by tree roots.
Yeah. Who's the most majestic creature now?
Well played, my small friend.
Hey, we took it out though.
That was easy.
Yep.
So now you cut his belly open.
Nope, we just stab it in the eye.
Okay. Chivos.
You've been Turoked unconscious.
Thank you.
This game gets around the Unreal 3 texture streaming problem by introducing every scene blurry. Turok is blurry, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Luckily, the fact that I had to stitch a bunch of playthroughs together to make this work doesn't matter, because when you enter this sequence following the T-Rex fight, you start with the same weapon either way, and then you just pick up your old weapons laying around.
I like that this level is shot day for night.
Yeah. Also, on both playthroughs of the game, I beefed it to this dinosaur following the T-Rex fight.
Uro.
2 or more dinos? Shoot a flare onto one and watch others attack. Oh.
And both times, after I loaded from death, somehow that same monster was not there to attack me. I don't know. Maybe I took a different path and just subconsciously and just never realized it, or maybe that monster only spawned because I grabbed a specific weapon or something.
Perhaps it's a plot death, and the entire rest of the game is just Turok's fantasy as he lays dying there in the forest.
That's right.
It really makes you think. Now all of a sudden I want to replay Turok and look back on this story, this wonderful
Don't you
story.
lie.
I also think I jumped over a dinosaur there.
And just opens.
Yeah. I had to show the door that I meant business before it would budge open on its own.
Is there a whiskey company around here? I would
Yeah.
like some whiskey, please.
Why is it's weird because the mash button to open door graphic looks so different and more in line with the rest of the game's UI than the trigger ones that
Yeah.
show up.
I think it's because the mash door thing is a more subdued, just color against black, whereas the trigger one is a giant thing in the bottom center.
Yep.
I feel like the thumbstick one is even bigger. We just don't see it as often, because it's not the one that you use for every single knife quick kill. Jiggling the stick is specifically for avoiding getting chomped by a dinosaur that has already grappled you.
I just realized that this game decided to vary up its environments by putting you in a sewer level.
Yeah.
That's basically what this is.
Now you're killing all the characters from Primal Rage.
This is a first-person shooter from 1998.
Why are there sewers on this dinosaur planet?
Actually, 1998 is too good for this game. Let's say 1999.
Do you mean graphically or in terms of gameplay? Because the graphics aren't terrible.
In terms of
They're
like,
just sort of mediocre.
in terms of like content, no, like the graphics are actually totally fine.
Oh hey, we
Why
grabbed
is there a
now.
turret? Why is there a turret in the sewer?
I don't know, but it caused a bunch of monsters to spawn, which means more ragdoll.
Oh.
Okay. I just need to find my footing before I collapse into death.
Yeah, the worst thing is when it tries to deal with ragdolls on top of ragdolls, because it really can't.
Yeah.
Good.
So they never really stabilize, they just sort of hang out.
Welcome to video game physics.
Mm-hmm.
They become liquid.
In Fallout 4, when you kill an enemy and he falls into water, then he just continues wiggling back and forth, and there are giant like splashing effects hanging around him.
Can they swim?
Like,
Does that wiggling cause them to like slowly drift away from you as their limbs like flagellate?
I think the phenomenon I'm referring to only takes place in like ankle deep water, so they like hit the ground.
I just as well assume that because the game has a sniper rifle there, that there's going to be a sniper rifle sequence. I still decided to stick with my existing weapons because I'm not very good at aiming, so the sniper rifle isn't very good for me even if it is a one-hit kill.
It's true.
Luckily, I don't think it actually spawns any enemies in the distance for you to fight anyway, so I guess that weapon's just sort of there if you're out of ammo for everything else. Sometimes you'll notice the objective marker come up repeatedly. It's because you can mash the left stick to bring it up at any time. And I have a habit to never be quite sure if I'm heading in the right direction.
What? Turok Defense Force? What is the justification for that achievement name?
Killing a bunch of dinosaurs, I think. I'll have to look it up later.
Is
Like,
that
I
what
know-
every achievement is?
Like, the thing is, back in those days, I remember the term Sony Defense Force being said a lot. It's that, and then there's, of course, the Earth Defense Force video game series.
I was gonna say it's probably Earth Defense Force specifically.
Hmm.
But we'll find out next time.
That's it.
Okay.